and welcome to Shade and the City. I'm your girl Treese.
It's Nels.
Yo, my flabber is gasted. Okay, I don't know what to say. I literally am fresh, like finished it at 10:15. Hey Jeremiah, welcome boo. I literally finished it at 10:15, y'all. So when I'm telling you emotions are raw and real right now, okay?
We don't know what happened for real.
We don't, but
It faded to black.
Hey, blatant truth. Welcome, boo. Yeah, y'all. I'm still in shock. Like I'm going through some trauma response or something right now. Hey, Juana. Hey, welcome. Okay. So yeah, as y'all are coming in, please hit the like button. Let the algorithm do what it do. And so it can bring more y'all in, and we can have a discussion about this finale, y'all. I'm supposed to be packing, but that's how much I love y'all. I said I'm gonna get up here and do this tonight. And when I tell you,
Jeremiah.
right, thank you. I am so happy, and I was literally just telling Nels backstage. I said, you know, sometimes we'll work together, work off each other. Sometimes we can't. I can't finish something. She can't finish something. Whatever. We got busy lives, right? And I said, but there is no way for the finale. And I'm so happy because literally, I would have had to stop it at Breeze. That's why I had to push it back 15 minutes. And again, oh, Kanan irks my nerves too. I agree.
You know what he's about to be like? What's damn, has it been that long? What's the boy name from Power?
Who?
The one that Tyreek. He about to be like Tyreek.
Oh, well, maybe, but to your, I mean, that would make sense because remember, he saw a lot of himself,
Mm-hmm.
right? And Tyreek. So, but yeah, y'all, there you go, Blade Truth. So yeah, y'all do the good thing, hit the like button, subscribe if you ain't already subscribed, and yeah, we're about to run this intro.
That's actually what I used to want my son's name to be if I was to have a son when I was
like Tyreek.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Cortland, what's up, boo? What if Rock is not unalive? They said season 5 is the last season. I don't think so. I'm gonna be honest. It still hurts though. It still hurt. Again, I'm still in shock. It still hurts.
He want it.
Huh?
I said he wants it. And he pulled up a piece on her. So I mean, that's enough.
Cortland said, oh my God, if Kanan unalived his mama, I know I wouldn't be able to deal with it. All right, but we're gonna run this intro, y'all, and then we gonna get into this finale. And yeah. Oh, and I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't even tell y'all we here to do Power Book 3, Raising Kanan season 4, episode 10.
Change the background, girl.
Oh, and I got 90 Day Fiance up here. Y'all see what I'm going through? I am so lost. Okay. Yeah, y'all. I need a minute to digest. Let's get into it. Let's get shady. All right, y'all. So we kick off this episode. Kanan is learning that Crystal has been unalived. Well, obviously, Juke is the one that told him. And so he's really going through it. And Juke is there now this hurt my heart to see him really grieve. Like, I mean, we knew he was hurt by Fame, but clearly the way he was really hurt by Crystal.
He actually sounded like he was really crying.
Yeah. Jeremiah said Kanan is so slow. He can't put 2 and 2 together. I know. Sad. He's just, it's sad. Anyway, so, Juke is there to comfort him as he grieves. And Kanan tells Juke it's not just about Crystal. It's about everything and everybody. He feels like anytime he cares about someone, they're taken away. And he tells Juke she knows, or he knows who's doing the taking. Or no, he does say she knows who's doing the taking. And so he tells her that Snap and Pop couldn't have made it clearer. And I was like, yeah, that they did it. But okay. So he thinks if, she took out Fame, took out D, and his daddy, then Crystal isn't such a big leap. And so he assumed she could have taken OC out as well. And Juke was like, well, what would Crystal have to do with your mama? And says, that's not even about business. And she's like, I don't know if you should be listening to snap and crackle and pop. You know what I mean? But so then she reminds Kanan that, and they always seem to have an angle with them. And it's just real convenient that they put this in your head about Rock right now. And so Kanan said, no one has to put anything in his head about his mama because he knows her better than anybody, even Juke. And I said, well,
he got her there.
I think Unique was still down to go. That scene was so
he said
funny
it. He
for
said
me, Cortland. I loved it. And Lou's facial expressions gave me so much life when he was like, things that I did not ask to hear about. It was really funny. Jukebox is definitely smarter than Kanan. Oh, absolutely.
I was kind of disappointed with Juke this episode.
Why? How she came at Rock? Or
yes, I felt like she kind of switching up on Rock, and I ain't really like that too much.
Woo!
I'm not saying that I like Rock. I just don't like the switch up. If
What
you
is
down
going
for her,
on? What is going on?
no. If you down for her, then stay down for her. Like,
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I love Rock. So to hear you say that and be like, yeah, now I appreciate
I
that.
mean, that has nothing to do with Rock. That's a character flaw. I mean, I didn't like that. I ain't like that. So
yeah, get into your scene. I gotta go potty. I'll be right back though.
Look, make sure you put it on mute, okay? So we left off with Rock going to see Unique. She told him, this is between me and you. It ain't got nothing to do with family. Okay. This is a business thing. Okay. So basically, he's like, yeah, it does. Okay. This has everything to do with Kanan. Okay. He's in this business. And he's in it because of you. And then says that she is an ain't shit hustler and an ain't shit mother. Okay. Then he looks at Lou and was like, I bet you ain't know I was tapping that ass. I said, oh. Lou was looking at his sister like.
He said, smack that all on the floor, smack that, give me some more, smack that. Hey.
And then call me daddy.
Okay. And call me daddy. And I said, I would have been El Papi. Papi.
It would have went totally different if Lou wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
If that meeting wasn't, if he wasn't there. Then talking about, he wanted to know why he even got back in the game and said, last I heard you turned pussy. Okay. I ain't about to get all into that, but basically he was a trick on the street, trying to make a last dollar. Okay. So Lou was just like, I'm right here. I'm with a family. I go where the family go. And he's like, well, your family ain't going nowhere. Okay. Yeah, basically.
And unfortunately, I hate to say it, Unique was right.
So he was like, you really thought you was about to come up in my spot and tell me what to do? He was like, where do you think we at? Back in the bedroom?
Ooh.
Where you can tell me to hit it harder? Like you do? He was like, I mean, but if that's what you want to do, I mean, we can do that.
I'm just saying.
Like, look,
if you miss me, just say that.
I was like, look, I'll meet you in the car. I'll be right back. Matter of fact, don't wait for me. Just
okay. Don't wait up, Lou.
Yeah, just go back home. So she said we both got family.
And Nick, he gives me all natural vibes. He drinks his juices. He works out.
You meant? I thought you meant.
You didn't see. Look, you didn't see Blayton's comment I put up on the screen. Yes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Girl, I thought she meant totally different. I thought she meant some other type of juices. So yeah, she was like that. We both got family, if mine is fair games and so is yours. And she said, you got people too, and I can get to them. Believe that. He was like, I wish you fucking would. I was like, oh, struck a chord, did we?
Okay.
So then he tells her that Kanan came there to talk to him about working together and linking up just to mess up her game, mess up her business. And say, he on some enemy of an enemy is my friend type of mess. You know what I'm saying? So he said, I'm making your whole world fall apart around you. And when I'm done, ain't gonna be nothing left. I love this part when she was just like, nigga, you've been warned.
Okay.
Do with that what you will.
And you know what? I'm not even gonna hold you. I do love I do love Rock's composure, like regardless of what little shady he had to say or underhanded. Now, to your point, blatant, she definitely might have been turned on by it, but you couldn't. She didn't flinch.
I wasn't even there, and I was. So
You
I
stupid.
know she was. Okay. So, when she left, she told Lou to find out where Pernessa and that baby staying at. Okay. Because then they gonna see who calling who daddy.
Okay, I'm so mad you got this one because you knew I wanted to call her Prunella so bad.
I'm sure you'll have a chance.
You're so funny, Coach Dreadhead. Hey, welcome.
Hey.
Miss Cat and Jay. Hey, baby, how's it going? Welcome. Thank you for coming over. Cortland said Unique better chill before his face gets messed up again. Ooh,
Goodness.
not getting messed up again. So Marvin goes by to see Stefano, and he tells him, "Look, I know you pissed off at me, but." Look, some lines got crossed, and he didn't know who this guy was that ended up in the river. He didn't know who he was to Stefano. And he said, and if he did, there would be no way Early would have handled things like that. And so Stefano's like, but Early came and told me that you gave him the green light to make the call, which essentially was true.
Yeah. So I didn't understand when he was like, "Oh, that was a lie." I think
no, because he's trying to save his ass. The same thing that he's accusing.
You just walked in here and put all your shit on the table. There's no ass left to be saved. You might as well.
Right. I get what you're saying, but in his defense, in my mind, because literally the same thing that he was accusing Early of doing, he was just trying to save his ass. He truly was basically trying to save his ass by throwing Early under the bus. So basically Stefano cuts him off and tells him it doesn't matter. What's done is done at this point, okay? And so he tells Stefano, look, you can't trust Early. And Stefano finds this funny since he was like, well, you the one that said he was Mr. Trustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one that got Early involved in my business.
For him. I thought, well, he's like, look, clap that
tea. And so then he tells him, you know what? I regret ever getting in business with y'all. Rock was the worst. Well, he said getting in business with him and Rock was the worst mistake he ever made. He claims he knew better at the time, but he's a sucker for a pretty face. And then, unfortunately, Martin has to sit through a conversation about his sister and some man fantasizing about her.
Well, you ain't.
Oh no, I got it. I'm gonna get there. Let me get there. So then he says what is it? Penis hasn't worked in 5 years, but he's still thinking with it. And Stefano also brings up, because of his mistakes, Russo and his Jersey crew basically think they can go toe to toe with him now. And so he says, hold on, what did he say? Okay, so he says in link of his work, you're only as strong as the asshole who's scared of you. Oh, in light of his work, okay, you're only as strong as the asshole who's scared of you. So he tells Marvin to relay the message to Rock. I'm done. No more trucks, boats, planes, trains. Not doing it. No more anything. Okay.
And he said bicycles.
Right. And he says, the businesses included from me. Okay. And basically you on your own. So Marvin is at this point trying to plead with Stefan. He actually looked like he was about to get emotional. I don't know if anybody else
saw some water in his eyes.
I did too. I was like, what?
Because I don't even know if it was about that. I mean, probably part of it, but also he knows that this is the only way Rock can move her product.
Yeah.
And he knew Rock was going to get in that ass and be pissed the hell off.
Right. And so basically Stefano's like, go away from me with this, Marvin. Okay. And he has security basically remove him. And he tells him, look, before he's escorted out, there's a way, I'm going to find a way to fix this. And to Nels's point, yeah, nah, there's no fixing it. Let me look at a couple of these comments. Unique was out of pocket for that.
I loved it.
You are so funny. Cortland says he said, I wish you would, when she said, I'll go after your family. And my thing is,
do you really wish she would?
I was going to say, because he absolutely knows that Rock will do. She may not do it herself, but she absolutely will go after Prunella.
The last time he been over there to check on him.
Right. Coach Dreadhead said Lou got to be the one to take out Unique for that. Okay. Okay. Go ahead, boo.
So then Lou is ducked off in Treese's old Acura. Hey, this is an old car.
That was my
Um,
first car, y'all.
that was the first one. Um, and so one of Unique's people taking Vanessa's mom to her appointment, like Unique said he was gonna do. He kept his word. He did what he said he was gonna do. I think he deserved a little something for that. You know, back in the let me stop. All right, so
You
he
stupid. I was like, deserve what? And then when you okay, now I get it. We're
so
going
he
down the rabbit hole. It's not after dark time yet.
I mean it's kind of late.
No, it's not after 11. You get what it BT Uncut don't even come on till 1 o'clock. What you talking about?
What time did they used to come on? Midnight?
No, BT used to come on at like 2, 3 in the morning. Cause yeah.
All right, so he followed them to St. Vincent Hospital where he saw Pernessa coming out to meet them. So he had a long day, y'all. He had a long day.
Yeah, he was out there for a minute.
He was out there all day, and then he waited for her to come back out and follow her home so he know what building she stayed at. And then we see Kanan, he went to go visit his grandmother's gravesite, regretting, that he didn't spend as much time with her as he should have towards the end. And then he starts talking crazy, talking about, I know you want me to respect my mom, but she's done too much. He don't know what he's going to do, but all I know is you're going to have to forgive me for it. Sir?
You see Jeremiah coming up here choosing violence. He said Nick is a clown. I hope Breeze gets rid of him next season.
Sir, at this point, we just met Breeze. He doesn't need, he don't get that.
No, and I'm gonna be, I hear what you're saying, but I also, to your point, Jeremiah, I absolutely think that's what's gonna happen. If I'm giving next season predictions this soon.
I mean, I can give some next season predictions. I mean, we could start the season off with Rock in the hospital.
No, we did it with Monet. Why not? Why not?
I mean, I'm cool with it. We know.
I'm just saying, I'm fine. Rock can be in the hospital.
We know at some point she got to die.
Well, so yes. And speaking of that,
somebody will pull the plug.
I don't know if you guys saw the headline today, but they absolutely came out and said that book 5 is it. It's a wrap. That's the final season.
She's gone.
So yeah, she's gone. I know she's going, but I just didn't want her to go away this season. And I feel like we've seen, or at least I've seen when I keep up with like the posts and stuff, I feel like I've seen her filming for season 5. So unless she's just filming like flashbacks, then she should be in season 5, even if she does eventually perish. But anyway, moving on. So is it Irving? Is that the Asian man's name?
You know what I said, I don't remember this man's name, but the one that she said we married to and you ain't going nowhere. That's
you are so funny. So I do believe his name is Irving. And basically he's telling Rock how he heard about Quan being taken out of here at his own casino. And David Kahn, who was unalived in his bathroom. And he asked her how many people have to go to the upper room because of her business. So Rock tells him, look, that the casino game is way dirtier than her work and says that David is into all types of bullshit. So Irving tells her, look, I don't want to be associated with you and I want you out of my restaurants and I don't even care what you do to me. So Rock is like, look, I told you before, we in this for the long haul. Once you jumped in, you can't get jumped out. And she's like, I understand your concerns. And she offers to double security for the man and said she turned the spot into Fort Knox.
Well, Irvin said,
what happened?
I actually really like this scene.
I did too. So Irvin said that, you know what, Rock, I'm done. I'm done. Okay. He said, look. So Rock was like, well, you're not scared. If you're not scared of what I do to you, you should be about what I do to your family. And he said, guess what? I didn't send them all back to China. Try me now.
Gotcha, bitch.
Right. And so basically, of course, Rock is on stuck at that point. And then he compares Rock to some story.
No, I got it.
Okay, get it, girl, get it. I know you're right because I didn't get it word for word. So you.
I thought it was so dope. So he said in Chinese mythology, there's a monster called Wandan, blind, deaf, faceless demon. He is chaos, evil, corrupting, and polluting all that he touches. But to him, the most scary about his true evil isn't what he does; it's that he can't see himself. It doesn't know that it's a monster. just like you. I said, whew, and then look, drops mic and walked
And
on.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Was anybody? I would love. Let me know in the chat. Was anybody else surprised that Rock didn't do something to him? I was really expecting for something to happen to that man.
Like for what? Like what? For what?
Like kind of what happened with Stefano. I was
Stefano
definitely
was threatening to tell all the secrets, but this dude, what is it? What are you gonna gain from doing something to him?
because
Like,
we in this for life.
but she's not. She's not. It's not business.
Okay.
Rock is not the type. Yeah, Rock is not the type to just retaliate just because you done said some messed up stuff and you're not doing what she want to do.
Y'all see she defending my girl, right? She should just say if you like her, just say that.
I'm not defending. I'm not defending. I'm saying what she's like.
Okay.
If it ain't about business, if it ain't about the money, okay.
Good point.
All right. So Kane rolled up on Crystal's stepdad to find out, what the police is saying. And he said he don't know nothing, but he does know that Crystal's mom is hurting real, real bad. He said that they had problems, but that's her baby. He said, sir, you were the problem. And really looked like he wanted to do some more damage, but realized there was people around and we outside right now. Okay. So Kanan told him, look, hit me up if you hear something. All right. So then Juke is leaving the pizza spot again. Okay.
She clearly look, I'm with the Garcia. That must be some good pizza.
Normally them like sliced pizza spot. Yeah, they are. And she in Queens. I wonder if she went to Gabby's. Well, anyways, so no, that definitely wasn't Gabby's. So then they're leaving the pizza spot, and her favorite officer, Officer Garcia, rolls up on her and he wants to know what she knows about Crystal. She's like, we used to sing together. Okay. So he's like, the fact that you came in asking about her and then, she shows up unalive makes you a person of interest. Or it makes me a concerned citizen and wanting to know, why would I come to you if I'm the one that did it? I mean, that's really smart, I would think, but still, right? So she was like, basically, get at me when you got a warrant. Until then, F you. Then this man done put his hands on her, grabs her, like, sir, unhands me.
You stupid.
Okay? Like, you are the law, sir. You can't be doing this. So then he told her that a resident there said that they saw a Black woman leaving the apartment where, they saw that the friend was murdered. But, sir, this is Queens. There's plenty of Black women.
I thought I was the only one that felt that way. I said, why does everybody assume the only Black woman in Queens is Rock?
Well, not even that. Not even just in Queens. This is like in the projects. How many apartments? How many buildings?
Have Black women in them?
How many floors? Like, I bet that's not the only Black woman that y'all saw leaving the building. I guarantee that's not the only. You didn't just see one Black woman leaving the building. I bet you she might have walked out, and 2 minutes later, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 of them walked out. Plenty of Black women. I'd be like, and then the man gonna say, and you match the description. I think I do. I was born Black and I'm gonna die Black. What are you saying?
I love what Blatant Truth said. She said, I mean, how do they know it wasn't Crystal's mom? Because she's a Black woman, I'm sure. Blatant said, I really dislike Kanan. Oh, she said, really? Like this, oh, hey, a bitch stay winning. Hey, boo, I didn't even see you come in. No, I don't think Rock is gone. She is
gone either, but I definitely think she has to go. So
yeah, no, that's happening, but I don't.
If she was, because we did just really, we don't know what happened. It faded to black, and then we heard the shot. But if it was even her, maybe she'll work. Maybe she'll be on life support or something next season.
Oh, she said I didn't watch this whole season due to Kanan and the way he did his mama. Okay, I feel like we see each other. We Rock fans. I can see.
Are you feeling like this is kind of like Ghost and Tariq?
Absolutely. Good job, Nels. I would think so. Say so.
I'm not gonna lie. I would think that this dynamic is worse than Tariq and Ghost. But I mean, clearly, Tariq took it to the next level. Although, I mean, Kanan's here too.
No, so if we gotta go there, if we're gonna open up that box of worms.
Mhm.
Um, I still cannot get over. I mean, what is it? What's the second spinoff? Tariq spinoff. I want to say Force, but that's not it. But that made me like him a little bit more. But I
Oh,
still,
Power. I don't remember. Go ahead.
yeah, I don't remember the name. But my point in saying that is that for me, I still cannot get over the fact that Tariq stood by while Raina got unalived. I will never understand that. I will never forgive it. And I
Tariq,
always had it in the back of my
that was
mind.
off topic.
Huh?
We were talking about mother son
I'm just
dynamic.
saying, but you're saying you're comparing it to Tariq, and you're like, but Tariq
Tariq and his
wasn't that
mother
bad.
and Kanan and his mother. Where did Raina come from, ma'am?
I'm just saying you're trying to say Tariq
You're
wasn't
pulling
that
things out
bad.
of the air. That was so off topic. We get it. You don't
Look,
like Tariq,
I don't like Tariq.
and I understand the reason why. But that was that was over here, and the topic is right here.
I'm on vacation mode. Just leave me alone. Okay. What did somebody? What was a comment that Cortland said? Dang, they didn't put Garcia down this episode. He's annoying. Yeah, I was ready. I was ready to see him go, but you know, we every show has to have your sacks.
I was
Your
about to say he's like sex.
everybody, you got to have one.
I mean, he went too.
Yeah, he had to go eventually, but Kanan is ready to blame Rock for everything, right, Cortland? And what did anybody? I ain't gonna jump ahead, but that bothered me too towards the end when after Lou admitted that it was him and he's still putting it on Rock.
I want to know who she was on the phone with.
I do too. So Jeremiah, I'm sorry, Jeremiah said snap and
Remember,
pops.
Martha was dodging stuff, and Lou was kidnapping people. So who the hell she was on the phone with?
And she clearly went on the phone with Andre. So rest in peace, Andre.
That was.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean for Andre to catch a stray like that.
I mean, I don't even know if that was a stray. Like
that was a direct hit.
I think that had his name on it.
So, okay. Jeremiah said,
on the left field again, Trace.
You stupid. Jeremiah said, Snaps and Pops gotta go. I wonder if Breeze is gonna help Kanan get rid of them. Maybe, possibly.
His uncle and aunt.
You never know. Lot Queen said Kanan is worse than Tyreek at this point. Okay. Hey, bro, when did you sneak up in here? Hey. Oh, Ghost Book 2. Ghost Book 2. Okay, thank you. Cortland said Kanan possibly unalived his mom and son. Doesn't get worse than that. That part. Cortland said, I think the other guy had a pow. Tariq would have ended up unalive too if he went out. Yeah.
You know what I just thought about?
What?
Remember, everybody else was going to I know we're not there yet, but like it's kind of fresh to me too. So remember, everybody else, all the Jersey crew was out in the streets. What if it was Unique?
Who called her?
No. That took the shot.
Oh.
Like maybe Kanan was there to do it. And then Unique was
I had that same kind of inkling. And I think it was weird. And to your point, so I thought the same thing, but when they showed Kanan's face, because I knew when we saw the back of her, I said, oh, somebody's gonna come behind her. Like I saw the reflection in the glass. So I knew somebody was coming behind her, but I assumed it was Unique. So when he turned around and it was Kanan, I was like, oh, snap. But to your point, I said, I don't know if Kanan is the one that fired that shot. So to your point, I think you're onto something. I think you're onto something.
A bitch they win. I love it. But actually, I actually thought about that too. Not a shot in the air, but I did think it could possibly be Juke because.
Okay. I like that. A bitch they winning. I think Juke came through and shot in the air. Okay. Lot Queen said Kanan is his own worst enemy. Absolutely. Jeremiah said people love smoking their relatives, so I won't be surprised if Breeze helps Kanan smoke them. Well, Blatant Truth said, how do you guys feel about Breeze? Was it worth the wait for you?
I
I'm with
don't know
you.
that man.
I
I
don't know this. I'm sorry
I've
for
never
that
seen
man.
never seen that man before in my life.
Blatant. Baby,
Sorry to that man.
but can I tell you, just because, and I don't know if anybody else felt this way while they were watching it, but just because they've had us going through all these different books trying to figure out who Breeze is, I'm gonna be honest with you. Before when he said his name was Bradford, I said that boy name is Breeze. That boy name is Breeze. So it didn't. So it didn't surprise me that honestly, huh?
You know who I thought he was when he was in the car?
Who?
I don't know why I thought I saw Kai Cenat. When he was driving in the car, in the show, and then he jumped out. I said, "Yeah, that ain't him."
No, Kai didn't get it. Kai did not get a cameo.
He should. He should. I think. Look, better than B Brilla.
You stupid. Right. Be real out of all people. Jesus. Stephen, hey, welcome, boo. What's up? Team Uncle Marvin Thomas. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You said standing on business. Blatant said Kanan can't even hold the peace right.
His mama told him.
Nellie Mac. Oh, Nellie. Nellie Mac said these power writers really hate their parents. Yeah, they do. So we see Kanan sit down with Snap and the Crackle and the Pop. And Snap tells him that, look, his people keep showing up at the morgue and this is not a good look for him. And Pop says, if they have to keep going and ask the police about all his unalive friends, they may think that they have something to do with it. And I was
off when they said that.
But here's my thing. Why didn't Kanan pick that up as a clue? I don't know.
It's different because we know it and we're watching it. But if somebody's telling you, yeah, I keep on going to my police friends, and then they're giving me information, and all of a sudden they pop up unalive, then yeah, it do make you look like a red flag.
Cortland's laughing that you thought Kai Cenat has breathed. He got cat.
That's who I thought was in the car. I'm telling you, I saw Kai. I said my boy did it. I said Kai did it.
My boy did it.
I said my boy did it.
Not Joe, not Kai. We did it.
I'm telling you, my daughter used to watch Kai from back when he was like little, like in like was he in Philly? I think in Philly.
Girl,
like,
I don't know. When we say we don't know this man, I really don't know that man.
If he was on here, I'd have been my boy made it.
Bless your heart. Jeremiah said the guy that's playing Breeze played Raekwon in Wu-Tang. He's a great actor. Okay, I know a lot of people watch Wu-Tang. A bit stay went and said, "Who cares about Breeze? For real, wasted time." I mean, but I think honestly, the reason why they did that is so they can set us up for next season. Like clearly, the finale, they're just setting us up for season 5. But to your point, it wasn't. I guess we did need it because I'm tired of everybody picking every person that don't have a name, and that's Breeze, and that's Breeze. Be real is Breeze. Your mama dad allows Breeze.
They did it for 5 seasons, so it wouldn't have made a difference if they would. I'm sorry, for 4 seasons. They would have made a difference if they waited another one.
Well, I guess that's true, right? But I guess we got to see Breeze in motion. Like we got to see him.
Child, he said like 5 lines, if that.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, y'all clearly don't give a damn about Breeze as much as I thought y'all did.
We are uninterested.
So anyway, yeah. So they basically said that asking too many questions about the unsolved unalivings can raise a red flag with the NYPD. Kanan says he's not asking them to open a task force. He just wants to know if they have a suspect. So Snap assures him, look, we'll ask around. And Pop asks, well, what did you do with that information that we gave you about Rock taking fame out?
I'm worried about it.
Right. I kind of like the way he snapped.
Now that I would have felt like, why are you in my business? Like, okay, thanks. You told me something. Like, now what I decide to do with that information is none of your business.
That part. And so Kanan tells her, well, look, right now, all I want to know is what happened to Crystal. So Snap mentions that he heard Kanan went down to the tailor shop to speak to Neek, and Pop is like, yeah, and I could see the possibility of y'all linking up. And so Kanan was like, no, I never said that. That was Neek. And so Snap was like, well, we think it's, an ideal arrangement for all parties involved. And so Pop tells Kanan she heard that Rock has beef with the Italians in Queens. And Kanan asks, well, why does that matter to y'all? And or why does it matter to y'all what me and Neek are doing? And so Snap says, because, we want a bigger piece of the pie in Southside Jamaica, and a portion befitting their appetite. So Kanan realizes Rock isn't cutting slices like that. And so Pop says they're real hungry.
Would have been like,
And
what
they,
place I'm going to?
right.
Greedy
Um,
ass.
Okay. And so he was like, yeah. And, we got our own supplier and transportation. So she tells him to just say the word and we can have you up and running in a day. So she suggests that they could connect him, Neek, and a nephew, Branford, but right now he's just nephew, who just moved there after serving time in East New York. Or is he from East New York? Was he locked
I
up in
don't
East?
know, but that name just
Branford?
that just took me out. Branford.
Look, he sounds like he's from upstate New York. Anyway, and they feel like if they can get all of them together,
I
they can
think he's
corner
from Connecticut.
you stupid. Like they can corner the market. So Kanan questions if they think they can control him because he's young. And Snap actually tells him, contrary to what you think, your youth is the greatest asset. Because you're not set in your ways or you're married or not married to tradition, you can see things that we don't. And so then Pop starts adding in, and assuming Rock didn't tell you that, your daddy, DEFCON, used to make us a lot of money back in the day. And they're honoring him by honoring you. And I said, and Kane's just eating it up. I wonder why he can just believe anything that Snap and Pop say, but I guess, but he can't trust his mama for all the damn. So Pop tells him that, look, I know you think it's BS, but at your age, this is the type of thing, or at their age, this is the type of thing that moves them and something that Rock just doesn't understand. And so she warns him, when you disrespect the people that came before, you disrespect yourself. And she tells him, look, legacy matters. And I said, well, that was a word, but still.
So then Unique wants to go see Teresa Baselli, talking about how Brock threatened his family. She said there was a time where families were off limits, and so were wives and children.
I so thought he was gonna smash Teresa.
I thought so too. I thought so too.
I saw that, and I'm. You know what? I ain't even gonna hold you because it's Neek. I don't know if I even would have minded seeing him smash Teresa.
I definitely would have minded.
Bye.
I definitely would have minded. I thought it was gonna happen, but I'd had a problem with it. I don't know whose name that's supposed to be. So he said Stefano and Rock don't care about nothing, and that's why Sal and Marco aren't here with us.
Who's Marco? Polo.
He said now that name I remember. He said Sal and Marco.
No, I know, but I want to know can somebody explain to me in the chat who Marco is supposed to be? I know who Sal is, but who's Marco? And y'all better not put Polo in the comments. You better not.
So she got emotional thinking about, the loss of her husband and how she's constantly thinking about it. And she asked, what did Phil say? So he's basically like, Phil told me to sit tight, but I can't do that when my family's in danger. So she basically said that Phil always, wanted Sal's spot. Now he's letting, people run amok with no repercussions. And she said she's going to talk to him about it because Sal's friends are sick of him just sitting on his hands. And she said, she may not be able to protect her family, but as Christ is her witness, she's going to protect his.
The South side, look, the Jamaica just came out of you. You tell me to talk about it. I said, where did that come from? What talk?
I don't even remember
when you were doing your little piece, but you said it with a little I said, oh, not the New York. I mean, I ain't heard that in a while. Not the New York coming out of nails.
I didn't hear it just now either.
I did.
So Early was hiding out in a motel. Then he gets.
You sounded like Onaja.
Oh God! I need $10,000.
That's right. I'm not talking Unless y'all giving me likes.
All right, so we see early he's hiding out in a motel. Then he got a knock at the door. Somebody named Calvin. He had some food. As soon as he opened the door, Marvin pushed right past both of them and took them both out and took the food.
Yes, he did.
He's like, I ain't about to let this go to waste.
Nellie Mac said, gotta blame the fans for the Breeze reveal. They were mad Ronnie wasn't Breeze, and now they mad Unique isn't Breeze. I mean, y'all had me going with that when the Breeze came in, after Unique came in. I could have swore, and that was Breeze, so I understand. Steven said, was Juke the one on the phone with Rock when Kanan came in at the end? That's what we were debating, Steven. I think we talked about that before you came in. Nellie Mac said, reminds me of when Dre kept calling 2-Bit Francis. Laugh my ass off. I don't know if I remember that, but that's funny. Because I don't think I ever knew 2-Bit's name was Francis. Steven said, Lou really gave a performance when he was checking Kanan. Yes, he did, but I loved how he checked Kanan, actually. Cortland said, I think Marco was Sal's son. Okay, thank you for clearing that up. My virtual co-host. I love y'all. Nellie Mac said Marco was the Italian dude Unique met in jail. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. He got in that fight near the jail cells. Okay, so y'all explaining to me who he is. Blayton said Sal's wife over there is sucking up to Neek, not knowing Phil was the culprit the whole time. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Steven said Marco is Sal's. Okay. Thank you. Cortland said Marvin is a menace. Not only took them out, ate the food too.
I thought it was smart. Why you gonna let it go away?
Look, he left no crumbs, literally.
No.
Okay. So then we see that Rock goes. Now, this conversation, this is what Nels was talking about. I was like,
yeah, I was aggravated with this scene.
So Rock goes to meet with Juke at the little diner, and she's like, well, if you call, like, I know it's important. So Juke tells her it's Kanan, and you know, with everything that's been happening, it's a lot. And so she asks if, well, does Kanan still believe I'm the one that put Famous down? And Rock tells Juke, well, you know, she knows that actually Rock tells her, like, you know that I didn't do that. And Juke said, I don't know anything anymore. And that's when my mouth, I had to be like, oh, okay, pick up your chin. And so Rock is surprised and asks Juke.
She's like, oh, you're a little switcheroo.
Right. She was like, do you really think? But I love how she was trying to be patient with her at first. And she was like, do you really think I would do something like that to Famous? And she was like, you know, Fame lived with us for a whole year while her and the girl was in the shelter. Like, what you mean? And so Juke was like, well, what do you know about Crystal? And I said, and I ain't even gonna hold you. This is when I said, this is when we see Officer Juke. This is when we see her interrogating, getting her police bag.
Well, I ain't like it.
I didn't either. But the foreshadowing, because we know who she becomes.
Yeah, do that to somebody else.
I absolutely saw that coming out.
Somebody else, not somebody that you're supposed to be tight with. I ain't like that. I ain't like
no,
that.
I agree. I agree. It was rough. And Rock was like, look, I can understand Kanan having doubts, but you. And so she reiterates that Crystal came by the house before catching her bus and told her to look after Kanan. And so she's like, why would I do something to Crystal when I barely even knew the girl? And so Juke responds, because she was one of the last people, you were one of the last people to see her alive. So Rock warns Juke, look, at this point, watch what you say, because you're not a child anymore. And I'm going to have to stand behind, and you're going to have to stand behind the ish that's coming out of your mouth. And so Juke is like, yeah, I'm not a child anymore. And reminds her that I've been watching y'all for years doing what y'all do.
Girl, I thought the conversation was going to be over then. When Juke pushed it further, I said, oh, no.
Right. No. She was like, yeah, I've been watching y'all for years do what y'all do. And y'all didn't say a word. She believes most of the time they forgot she was there, and says, and when they did notice her, or when she noticed her, it was because she was next to Kanan. So she's like, you know, that's what she never understood. Oh no, she said, I see you even though you don't see me, basically. And Juke tells her, you know, I see you better than anybody, probably better than anybody. So Rock then is like, look, I don't know where this is coming from. And Juke keep pressing her on what she knows about Crystal. So Rock is just like, okay, you're just like your father. You're jumping into a mess before looking at where you're going to land. And she calls her sloppy. And Juke responds that she would rather be like him than her and walks off. I said, oh.
I didn't know where that came from. That was crazy.
Well, I kind of understood it later on when she was talking to Aisha about how much she values her father and the fact that Rock used that to come at her. I mean, I think it would be natural to go up for her dad.
No, honey, you said that before I mentioned your father. You said all of that, and that's why I mentioned your father and called you and said you were just like your father.
Okay. Look, I'm trying to give Juke away. I'm trying to give Juke away out. But Cortland said this is the scene Jukebox turns on Rock completely. I somewhat agree. Sam Greer, hey, welcome, boo. Unique is Breeze. No, Unique is Breeze is the most not thinking and not listening idea either. Okay, thank you, Sam. Steven said, love how Juke checked Rock at the dinner. Great chemistry between Haley and Patina Miller. Are you saying both of their is Haley's last name Miller too? The way you put that, you make it sound like they're related. But they're both great actresses, I agree. But now you got me thinking like they related. And if you guys just came in or just rolling in, please make sure you hit the like button when you come in. Cortland said thought Rock was about to give her a whooping. Right, that's what she needed. I wanted Rock to take off her belt. Steven said Rock's outfit in the final scene where she's with Kanan is giving Michael Jackson vibes. You stupid.
With the straps, with the little.
You stupid.
So then
go ahead.
Stefano went to meet up with Phil Russo. And they said that they got to keep this, this meetup on the low because, both of their teams would have a fit. Okay. So Phil told him that Teresa called and ripped him a new one. Phil said, you came to me and asked me to help you get rid of him. So you can sit in the big chair. And now you messing up my business, which is disgraceful and unforgivable. Let me say something. The way the conversation started off, like so nice, and then took a turn. I said, "Whoa."
Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna let you finish it first, and then I'll ask you a question.
So Phil said that he underestimated how angry his guys were, about getting rid of Sal. Now they're looking at him to do something about it. And, if he doesn't, basically, he's going to have a target on his back. So Stefano said, if only they knew the truth, they wouldn't have to look too far. I said, oh, okay. Then said that he came to Queens, which is his place of business, and set up shop. Huge insult. He said, I think it's time your bowling club out there in Newark knew that your hands had, Sal's blood on them. Phil said, you know what? I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. I overstepped and I apologize. And then said he's going to pull out of Queens. He's putting the word out today that South Jamaica is off limits for them. Went in to get a hug and shanked this man. So and then on the park bench bleeding out. Just like that.
Just like that. So when I saw this, I knew something was right. It was wasn't right. It was too good to be true. So I knew when they were playing chummy, and then when Stefano was like, oh, I could go tell the folks or tell the people what you did or you were behind it. And when he just kind of conceded so gracefully and was like, no, I'll get my people off the streets. I'm going to be honest, when he stood up to give him a hug, I actually thought Stefano was going to get shot, kind of how like Sal got. Like I thought it was going to be one of those. And I actually thought it was going to be Neek that came up and took him out. Or just one of his security or somebody. So
remember, nobody knew that they were meeting. They said it had to be under wraps.
Great point. Okay. And what look, they say when you and people, that's a personal, that's a crime of passion.
But I mean, he didn't he just
and that's why he might still be alive. That's what you get. You gotta It
was crazy to me when he was like talking to Neek, like he was all stressed out. Yeah, he makes it. Sir, he didn't have to make it. I mean, really, it was a choice. You only did it one time. I mean, it seemed like you wanted him to make it.
But I think he tried to give him like a good artery. Like he tried to hit a good artery. You know what I'm saying? He might not. I don't think he went to medical school, so he don't know where the arteries are. But he looked like he was trying to hit
artery can take you out.
Right.
So you wanted him to if you wanted it to be for sure, I mean, you could have just did it more than once. It was like a, I don't know, like like a love tap.
You stupid, bye. All right. So we see Lou. He's talking to Kanan, telling him that he wants to be sure he's making the right decision because the moves that he makes is now the moves that he makes now dictates what's going to happen later. Okay. And so Kanan tells him, well, you should be worried about your own moves messing with Rock again. And Lou says, no, basically he explains that it's family. And so Kanan can't believe that Lou would come back after everything Rock put him through. And Lou was like, look, this decision was my own, and I stand by that. He tells Kanan, that's what you need to do. And so he mentions that he heard that he was talking to Neek and explains that, look, he's just not coming after Rock. He's coming after all of us. Okay. And so Kanan says, well, Neek is looking at her and anyone next to her, and that ain't him. And I said, oh. So he tells Lou, and up until now, he didn't think that it was Lou either. And so Kanan says to him, he thinks Rock took Fame out. What?
This scene aggravated me.
Oh, okay. Let it out. Let it off.
He's constantly talking about how his mom did D. And when he's telling you to his face, no, that was me. I could have stopped it. I made the choice. You got no smoke. No smoke for Lou. You ain't got no words, nothing to say. Then, I don't know if you noticed, but even after Lou told him that in the last scene, he still mentioned D-Wiz.
Yeah, no, that's what I when I said I don't want to skip ahead earlier, that's what I was talking about. I said, that makes no sense to me. When he went to go pull the pow on Rock, he's still blaming her for the D-Wiz, even after Lou already told him that it wasn't her.
He just aggravated me this whole episode.
No, it aggravated out of me too. I was just like, okay, Kanan, if that's what we're doing. But yeah, and so basically that's what. And thank you, Nels, for kind of summing it up for us. And Lou just basically explains to him, like, look, you got to be a man. It's going to come with tough choices, tough decisions. And then goes in to talk about how Rock, he and Martin weren't man enough when
Martin?
I'm sorry, wrong show. Marvin. Sorry, him and Marvin weren't man enough when Joyce asked for their help in,
taking her out of here.
Taking her to the upper room.
The upper room.
Right. And so he said, but Rock put that on her back for all of us, just to give her some peace. And, he said she is more of a man than any ninja he knows. And I said, that's true. I was here for it. Hold on, let me get into these comments before you jump into your scene. Cortland says Stefano might have survived. That we'll see. Right. And do you think that Stefano might? Well, no, he obviously knows that it was Russo. I don't know.
What is this? A game of tag? Like, why would you not just? It's gonna start a war. Why would you not just take the man out? I don't understand.
Well, that's why he knows it's over for him.
That's what I don't understand. Why didn't you just finish the job? Maybe that's why he sent somebody else to do the last job, because he can't do it his damn self.
Well, you heard what Teresa said. He never could step it. He always wanted the man's position, but he just wasn't ready. Steven said Lou said Rock was the toughest that he knows, and Kanan said the same about Jukebox and Power. Oh, okay. Look at you going back. Your power knowledge. Like that.
Right, Steven.
Blayton said, I wish Lou had not mentioned that Rock took out Joyce.
Yeah, that was it.
Because you think that added insult to injury?
Yeah, to me, I mean, he didn't say nothing, but like it looked like it pissed him off even more.
I agree.
It looked like there was understanding. It was like, yeah, I didn't know why he did that.
If Stefano survived, he's gonna come back and get one up on Phil Russo. And maybe that's what we're going to see next. Maybe next season is literally going to be Jersey versus Southside Jamaica.
That's why it made no sense to me. Like, you didn't even make sure that he's gone. Like, it was just crazy.
Go ahead, Bookie.
All right, so then we see Juke and Aisha sitting down with Pebbles. I don't remember her real name. I don't remember her name in the show.
I swear I said Pebbles too. My notes. I do not remember that lady name.
I don't remember. Um, yeah. So she was super apologetic, that Crystal's gone. She said that she also wanted to check on him because her feelings didn't end with Butter and she still cares about them. And Juke is just kind of in her own little world, and Pebble's trying to have a conversation, and she's not getting much. But I didn't think that she was going to. I don't know why Pebbles thought she was going to, because you didn't really like her like that. She didn't really like you like that. You was all up Crystal's ass. So I don't really know why you thought she was going to get anything.
Right.
Um, then I don't know why it was bothering me that she kept on calling her jukebox.
Yeah.
Like you really don't know her, because
Right.
yes, that's her name, but it's Juke, boo. Like you're giving like, like
I love blatant. Hold on. She said, "What was the point of that
to
scene?"
aggravate us and
Yes.
to fit a filler.
I'm gonna be honest with you, yeah, because to your point, blatant. What did that give us? What did that give us?
Blank
We
space.
didn't. Right. We didn't need to see Pebbles at all again.
Yeah.
She could have left. We could have left her back in season 3 where we left her.
It could have been a phone call.
It really could have.
Sorry for
Courtney
your
said
loss.
she saw a different jukebox. She ain't dancing and singing anymore. Oh, that part. Because, Juke was that star. So Rock is telling Marvin that, without Stefano, they are stuck. Okay. And so Marvin explains that he tried to reason with him, but he wasn't listening. And he's like, but I can, I'll circle back. And especially since, I mopped up early. And so Rock tells Marvin that he's the definition of a day late and $1 short. I love Rock when she starts reading.
Yes, she went in.
She tells him he's already messed up enough and she plans to talk to Stefano herself. She says nothing ever changes, and if she wants things done, she needs to do it on her own. So Marvin tells her, well, there's a whole lot wrong with her too. And so he says, he's not perfect. Nobody's perfect. And Rock asks, well, is that why you went to Stefano to try to replace me, basically? And so Marvin was like, who told you that? I never said that. And he let her know that Stefano actually came to him. And so we talked about this last episode, divide and conquer. And Rock tells him, but meanwhile, you were doing business with Stefano behind my back, lying about it. So she's like, you know what? You can't keep your story straight because you're crooked and twisted. And I said, ooh, and turned all up and all right. And so she said the mistake she made was the one she always makes, and that was trusting and believing in him. She tells him that he could never accept that his little sister jumped in front of her big brother and said he's been looking for a reason to get ahead of her ever since. And Marvin tells her, F you and F this. And Rock talks ish as he leaves and calls him a day late and $1 short, Marvin.
It was almost like what Stefano said. Basically, it was a mistake getting in business with you. And she was like, it was a mistake trusting you.
Right.
So Marvin just getting his ass handed to him.
Right. Only person he got is Juke.
Yeah. And look, she gonna stick beside him. So
she is.
So Juke knocked down Aisha. And then Aisha starts feeling guilty, talking about how we doing this.
You mean she cracked Aisha.
She can't knock her down.
No, I'm just I guess it's the same. I was just quoting from another show. the terminology cracked.
Oh, okay. I was like, can they not knock each other down? Is that not a thing?
They can kitty click. I ain't mad at them.
I heard a new one. Something about a DJ or something like that. Then I heard, yeah. What?
This is not After Dark yet.
My virgin ears. All right, so Aisha, she's feeling super guilty. She's like, "How we doing this?" With Crystal going, and she was like, "Well, if we stop doing stuff because horrible stuff happens, we would never do nothing."
That was very true. I said, "Okay,
so let's get it on." Then basically Aisha told her, that she should come down to Spelman. You got good grades. They got scholarships. And Juke is like, yeah, you know what? Maybe a few months ago, I'd have did that. I'd have been with it. But this is where I'm supposed to be. Aisha was like, but you told me like a million times that there's nothing here for you in New York. And Juke said, but my father is. Okay, when my mom left, when there was no more butter, when I left the army, my dad had my back. She said, he's the most stubborn ninja I know. And he changed for me. She said that he needs me. And basically, I ain't going nowhere. Okay. I'm here.
So I think that we're gonna obviously figure out. I don't think Marvin, obviously we know he made it to season 5, but he's not gonna make it out of season 5.
Child, I got worried when they started spraying at the gas station.
I did too.
He was like open. I mean, he was wide. I don't know how they missed him.
I don't either. And it was so crazy. But literally, when I saw the scene, I literally said, "Oh, they're foreshadowing. It's another time where she's giving up something or something she wants to do, or her family is affecting a dream or a goal she has, and then that family member is gonna be gone, and she's gonna feel like, well, what did I do all this for?"
Yeah.
Cortland said Marvin probably had to do some breathing before he unalived his sister. So then, yeah, Marvin was a little heated, but I didn't think he was gonna. I don't think he that crazy to step and rock like that. But yeah. So we're gonna move on. Everything at this point, I don't know how your notes are going, but everything at this point is gonna move very fast. Like I have 2 sentences for every.
I just have Breeze right here.
No, but what I'm saying is after this point, there were no more like.
You was trying to get through.
No, well, I guess so. Because I was like, to me, there's no more like dialogue scenes. It's like boom, 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 boom. It's action. So it's not that much.
I think I have that after these two scenes, then I have that. But no, for these I do have dialogue because I have with Snap and Pop, and then I have Marvin and Juke.
Cortland, a younger Tasha should have joined, but she could sing too. Boy, bye. Bless your heart. All right, so we see Kanan meet with Snap and Pop, and he wants to know if they have any info about Crystal. Then they end up introducing him to their nephew, Branford Frady. Okay. Snap introduces the two, and Branford said that people call him Breeze. Confetti. Okay. We finally know who Breeze is. And so yeah, and so they're like, look, we ain't married to each other. We just wanted y'all to get y'all feet wet for y'all to meet each other in person. And it seems that Breeze and Kanan, I guess, seem to kind of vibe off of just first meeting. And then we see what's the boy name? Ask about Neek. Breeze, I'm sorry. He does ask about Neek. And he's like, oh, well, who's this other dude we supposed to be working with? And so Pop basically explains, well, we need him for his product, and then, because he's working with the Italians. And then Snap mentioned something, but where it's going to be it's a short-term situation, which I don't know if you noticed the look on Kanan's face.
Yeah, Kanan caught that.
He absolutely clocked it. And so, yeah, so basically we're introduced to Breeze. And then Marvin goes to, that's all I really have for that. Do we have anything else?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I was just making sure. Marvin goes to talk to Juke and lets her know that he knows she had company last night. Okay. And she tells him that, and basically we skip over all the Aisha stuff. And she tells him that she met with Rock and asked about Famous and Crystal. And he's like, oh yeah, damn, Crystal, how's Kanan doing? And so Juke is like, do you think that Rock could have had something to do with it? And Marvin says there's no way, and if she did, I would have known about it. And so Juke lets him know that things got tense while they were talking, and she says she got angry, and so did Rock. And Marvin explains, well, I love how in the end he still defended her. Like, that's how you can tell Martin is just stop calling this man Martin. It's because of Beyond the Gates. I apologize, y'all. Marvin. That's how you can tell Marvin is loyal to a fault. Because even after all that she talked, he was like, nah, it's a lot going on right now. And basically, like, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. And I could appreciate that from him. VKJ, hey boo, hey yo, where you been? Cortland said he told Kanan, you don't call me, it's Breeze for you. Okay.
Oh yeah, because remember Kanan called him Branford.
Right. Cortland said Kanan was ready to beat him. Oh, you think so? What an episode. Oh, yes, it was. Martin Lawrence, you stupid. Go ahead, boo.
All right, so Unique went to go see Russo and told him basically if they don't get loud, ain't nobody gonna listen again. Phil told him basically do what you got to do, make as much noise as you want because it don't matter no way.
Because I'm
All right.
about to lose my life.
He said I took a big swing and I missed. All right. He said if Stefano lives to go another round, it's gonna be no holds barred. So do whatever you need to do. And this is what I'm saying, you big dummy. Why didn't you dot your I's and cross your T's before you walked away from that park bench? I don't understand. So apparently Rock got the news about Stefano, and she said that they don't really know if he's gonna make it or not, but basically he is good as gone. And she said, you know, we need to hit first and hit fast. Take him out at the knees.
I'm gonna be honest, when Rock said this, I thought she meant for a second. I was like, does she mean take Stefano out at the knees?
I knew who she meant. I knew she meant Neek.
Well, no, I knew later on after it played out, but when she first said it, and I was like, oh, I was like, she gonna just like don't let him suffer, like just take him out. That's what I was thinking that she was saying. Yeah. Vacay said Russo going down, my ladies. He out of here. Oh yeah, absolutely, and that needs to happen.
So then Garcia rolled up on Kanan to question him about Crystal. Marvin went to go check in on
Amber.
I said his little goddaughter because that's basically what she is.
Right.
And made sure, you know, she was being placed with a nice looking family. I hope they are nice. Neek and all his Jersey troops is getting ready. They getting suited and booted. Okay. Then B-Rilla and Lou pull up on Pernessa and Jerome. She tried digging for her little thing in that big ass purse that she had. That's why you big dummy. You don't put in no big old purse. You get lost. She didn't get a chance to grab it. He said, don't you do it. Don't you do it. She was a day late and $1 short. Okay. And she had to get her ass in that damn car.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Juke.
Yeah, then Juke is trying to convince Kanan that you don't know for sure that Rock did it. All right. You don't know for sure. And, you know, they discussing what Garcia said. But like I said, I mean, they in Queens, they was in the projects, plenty of Black women. It was stupid. He said, tell me you don't think it was her. And she said she don't know. And he said, well, I do. Like I always do. Grabbed his piece. And she tried to stop him. And it looked like he almost pulled it out on her. And told her, if you ain't with me, you against me. I guess he just ready to take out the world.
Oh, yeah.
Then the chaos basically started. Unique's crew, they went to Golden Pavilion, lit that bad boy up. Okay.
And then they go over to Stefano's. Yep.
Stefano's fish spot, lit that bad boy up. And then they, you know, took out the rest of the spots. And then they pulled up while Marvin was at a gas station and almost took my boy out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead.
Was he at a gas station?
Yeah, he was at a gas station.
Oh, why did I think he was? I don't know. For some reason, I thought it was like some type of like food truck.
The only reason I knew it was a gas station because I saw him walking into the building. The only reason I knew it was a gas station because when he hid by the car, he was by gas pumps.
Gotcha. And
he looked like a big 8.
Okay, my child is asking.
Is that Jerome or is this a grown man? Who is this?
You stupid. He went from 4 to 8. Look, Portland. Did Pernessa have the groceries with her? I forgot. She always got groceries. She did.
She had groceries, and they left them right there on the ground when she.
Yes, they were. They did. You're right. VKJ said Kanan blinded by his unresolved hatred as we as people need serious therapy. I agree. That was a dirt gas station. Yeah, I don't know why. I thought it was like, I don't know, some like mom and pop, like little food, like a little spot or something that I thought he was stopping to eat.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was still like some small little gas station, but like it was definitely a gas station. It might have not even been working pumps. I just saw the pumps.
Well, well, Nels might have to help me with this, but I know my virtual co-host will chime in as well. So this last scene, we see Rock. She's on the phone when Kanan comes from behind and asks why she unalived her. her being Crystal. So Rock doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. And she's like, look, let me get off the phone.
Like, what the hell?
Right. So
Long
she's
time.
like, whoever she was on the phone with, she was like, I'll call you later. And she denies having anything to do with it. She admits, look, I've done a lot of stuff that I wish I hadn't done. But I didn't kill your little, I didn't unalive your little girlfriend. Okay. And so Kanan tells her, well, oh, what? Kanan tells her that she does. Oh, okay. And then she swears on Kanan's life that she didn't take out Crystal. And so that's when he tells her that basically she doesn't give a F about him. And she's not allowed to say that to him. He accuses her of unaliving fame as well. And he said he's tired of protecting her and making excuses for her. And she was like, well, why would I do that? And he says, you did it because you want to have me all to yourself. And that's why I have to do this. And then we just see Rock in this, shot. And then we hear a shot.
Fades to black.
Fades to black. Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, what are y'all? Super dark. Yeah. So what did y'all think about the finale of JB? Hey boo, this was a bit lackluster finale. Oh look, just in time. But I think I see what they doing. Okay. Aiming a pow at your mom. Dang.
Not only Kanan. I mean, Tyreek did it too.
To his dad.
And pulled it.
Right. Vacay J says she gone.
Oh, you think she gone? Y'all think she
gone? I think she go. I think what we're gonna get. He said, no, he giving her the RIP. He hold the services.
I don't know. I don't think she gone. She might be on life support next season.
Look, Blaine says she's just shaking her head at Kanan. I think that they're setting us up. I think it's gonna be another Monet situation. She's gonna be in the hospital. She's gonna be regretful, reminiscing on. Well, no, I guess maybe the love she could have had with Neek, but just all her mistakes in general and all that good stuff. And
it's been confirmed.
Say who?
Sasha Penn.
I can't stand Tyreek either. No, I'm ignoring it. I'm just KJ said shots. Who? Okay, first of all,
no, I'm ignoring.
I don't know who Sasha Penn is. But he wrote her off. Now it's all about Kanan. You know what, Vacay? You came too late to be. I've literally been. I was fresh out the episode when we came up here, and I was still hopeful. And what you can't come up here and do,
make you do so.
Right. That's what you're not going to do. Things can look. Neek was supposed to be gone 2 seasons ago. Okay. There's still hope. There's still hope.
Well, I guess.
Yeah. He was supposed to be gone and the fans loved him so much. Yeah. He was supposed to have been gone. Breeze and Kanan's bond. Okay. So you're saying that the next one is going to be all about, okay. Steven said the season finale, Raising Kanan season 4 definitely left a huge cliffhanger for the 5th and final season. Absolutely. Look, Kanan has been raised. Portland, you are you are a fool. He said, Vacay said, I'm sorry, grab onto it. Look, hold on, baby. It's over, hun. Don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, y'all. So that was the finale of Raising Kanan. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. And all of the new supporters that we picked up throughout the season. We appreciate y'all. We will be covering BMF, as well as the final season of Force that's coming up. I think BMF is next though, which I'm very excited about because I'm ready to get my Lamar. I'm ready to get my Lamar in. So I'm really happy about it. But yes, thank you guys. I need to get out of here so I can pack my bag so I can make this flight tomorrow. I appreciate y'all so much. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button before you get out of here.
Make sure you comment.
Make sure that you guys subscribe.
And you hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms. That's the TikTok, the IG, the Facebook, and the Blue Sky. Okay. And yeah, we will catch you. Well, damn, this is the finale. We'll catch you for BMF when it comes back, or Force, whichever one comes back first. But we appreciate y'all and we love y'all. And we're gonna miss you for the few whatever week or two we have off. Bye bye. And happy Memorial Day. Because I know we probably won't see each other until after that.